Hello there. The weather across Europe is looking pretty mixed in the run-up to the Easter weekend. We're seeing high pressure in charge for many central areas and temperatures actually above average at the moment, but a couple of areas of low pressure around. This one here in the western Mediterranean still bringing some showers to the Balearics, the east coast of Spain at times as well, with some gusty winds and rough seas around some of those heavy showers too. We've also got low pressure trying to approach the UK and Ireland, but higher pressure largely winning out there. Touch warmer than it has been for Turkey into Greece as well, but up towards the Black Sea and into Ukraine, still fairly chilly with some outbreaks of rain at times too. An improved picture for much of Spain and Portugal, less breezy, a touch warmer than it has been away from that low pressure towards the east. Could catch one or two showers across the Pyrenees and the Alps as well. And then into Scandinavia, a cold front is starting to develop, pushing its way south, bringing cooler air here, and that cold front will sink south across eastern parts of Europe through Friday and into the weekend, bringing some rain to the likes of Poland and also Finland, seeing those gustier northerly winds as well. But a lot of drier weather extending across Central Europe for France and into Spain too. So London and Paris both looking largely dry and settled, perhaps a touch cooler as we head on into next week. Lots of sunshine too for Seville and for Rome. Meanwhile, further east across Europe, things are turning cooler with the arrival of some showers for Warsaw and Kiev. Bye-bye. Hello. Hazardous travel conditions and power outages are likely to affect much of North America as a major winter storm is sweeping its way eastwards. It's already brought lots of snow for the Pacific Northwest and the Rockies. Now this system is entering the plains. There have been reports already of very large hail, up to 5 inches or so, and some damaging wind gusts as well. So on the southern edge of this system, that's what we're concerned about. Severe storms, flooding, rainfall, tornadoes and large hail. On the northern edge, we're looking at blizzards and heavy snowfall, particularly for parts of North Dakota, Montana, and into southern parts of Saskatchewan and Manitoba as well. Cold air piling in behind that winter storm across Alaska and British Columbia too. We could see up to 3 feet of snow accumulating in places, and more snow showers pushing into the Pacific Northwest and Northern California as well. Very wintry weather on the cards. Just gradually things turning a little bit quieter later on in the week. Meanwhile, it's looking reasonably quiet towards the likes of New York and Washington DC on Wednesday, but move further west and you can see all this heavy rainfall around, flooding rainfall, damaging gusts of wind likely from the likes of Indiana right down towards Louisiana and into the Gulf Coast. And this system will just shift its way further east as we head through into Thursday. Things looking a little bit quieter for the likes of Atlanta by Friday. Bye-bye. Hello. Recent heavy rain of more than 150 millimetres across Paraguay has caused some flooding problems. That heavy rain will be gradually lifting a bit further northwards across the continent over the coming couple of days. You can see on the satellite image the line of clouds. So still affecting the far north of Paraguay, but also for Bolivia and stretching down towards southern and eastern Brazil. This zone seeing some very heavy rainfall during the course of Wednesday into Thursday as well. And further north, also some heavy showers and some thunderstorms for parts of Colombia, stretching towards Suriname as well. A little bit drier around the east coast. Salvador, for instance, at around 32 degrees in the sunshine, but some heavy downpours for Rio de Janeiro, pushing towards Sao Paulo as well. Cooler air to the south of that area of rain, though, and fairly settled weather across central parts of Argentina and Chile too. So Rio de Janeiro keeps the rain for the next few days and temperatures coming down with the arrival of that wet weather as well. Buenos Aires staying dry, as does Lima, perhaps some rain for Bogota as we head through the weekend. Largely dry and settled for much of Mexico, some warm sunshine for the Yucatan Peninsula, and then as we move our way across Cuba towards Hispaniola, some pretty heavy showers here. Could be some thunderstorms mixed in as well, and they'll be affecting the Bahamas too over the next few days. So this is how things are looking. Some heavy showers at times in Havana, more of a chance of rain in Kingston into next week. Bye-bye. Hello. The east coast of South Africa has seen some very heavy rainfall over recent days. Some places close to Durban have had more than 300 millimetres of rain in just a few days. That has led to some flooding problems. If we take a look at the satellite image, the area of cloud you can see now is just moving offshore, so the weather will be improving, perhaps just a few showers left behind that. Cape Town turns a little bit cooler though. We've got a cold front moving in and that will push into eastern parts of South Africa through into the weekend. Further north, also a few showers around coastal parts of Algeria, Tunisia too, and some fairly strong gusty winds to the east of that affecting Libya. Could bring some lifted blowing dust at times. So after a cooler few days in Cape Town then, those temperatures recover once again through the weekend and into next week. But Johannesburg could see the arrival of that next batch of rain by about Sunday. Khartoum is looking hot and dry. Few showers around for Kinshasa and for Lusaka at times. Now on to the Middle East. We've had some slightly cooler air working in across the Levant, but temperatures starting to rebound once again, so largely warm and dry for the likes of Damascus. A few showers cropping up through central parts of the Gulf and into central Saudi Arabia as well, but to the south of that remains dry and hot weather persists down towards the Gulf of Muscat, for instance. Further north, there could be some heavy snow showers affecting the Caucasus Mountains, but things are looking hot and dry for Tel Aviv, turning a touch cooler though through the week in Abu Dhabi. Bye-bye. Hello. Pre-monsoon heat is holding on across portions of Central and South Asia at the moment, particularly through parts of Pakistan and North India as well. Also some heavy downpours in the forecast as well. The satellite image shows this area of cloud we've had across the southern tip of India that's been producing heavy showers and thunderstorms over recent days. More of them to come through Wednesday and into Thursday for Tamil Nadu, particularly Kerala, southern Karnataka, down towards the Maldives and across Sri Lanka as well. Also some heavy rain developing in the far northeast of India as well. But in between these two areas, most places looking warm, dry and settled, and that heat persisting across Central Asia as well. Something a little bit cooler starting to move in from the Caspian Sea. We're seeing a few showers across the likes of Kyrgyzstan, across to Nepal as well. Some snow showers over the Himalayas there, but dry and sunny for southern Pakistan and northwest India. Down the west coast, we're back into some of those showers around, heavy and persistent at times, particularly for Kerala. Heading our way northwards, and it's a drier picture for much of Andhra Pradesh, Odisha into West Bengal, but some heavy showers for the likes of Arunachal Pradesh and Assam as well. Here's the outlook then. It's a dry one for Mumbai, but in Colombo we will keep some heavy showers at times, perhaps not as frequent as we've seen over the past few days. Tashkent is looking hot and dry over the next 5 days, as is New Delhi too. Bye-bye. Hello there. Tropical storm Meggy brought a lot of heavy rainfall, flooding and landslides across the Philippines. That storm system thankfully has now dissipated and moved away. We have got another storm here, you can see on the satellite image. That's Typhoon Malacca. It will be moving its way northwards, largely remaining out over open water, but potentially passing across the Bonin Islands by Friday and bringing not only heavy rain and strong winds there, but also quite a significant storm surge, big waves around the south coast of Japan. A wetter day for Tokyo though, 15 degrees, so significantly cooler compared to the recent heat. A drier day though for eastern China for Thursday, the heavy rain that we saw on Wednesday clearing away. Further south, some heavy showers, but certainly not as wet as it has been for the Philippines. Tokyo stays fairly wet for the next couple of days, but then things do look a little bit drier and a touch warmer as we head through the course of the weekend. Meanwhile, for Australia, a fair amount of dry, warm weather for many central areas. Some heavy showers around the top end and the Cape York Peninsula, and a few showers moving across the Bight, 1 or 2 between Sydney and Brisbane, but certainly not the heavy rain that we've seen lately. Now, it's been very wet and windy across New Zealand, particularly for the North Island, with the remnants of ex-tropical cyclone Philly. Now, that will be clearing towards the east on Thursday. Thankfully, a much drier day across New Zealand. Here's the outlook. Most of our major cities across the region looking fairly dry and settled for the next 5 days.